Hello! Welcome to Dice Camera Action, a
Hello.
little D&D game featuring the Waffle Crew. And today, also, the Awful Crew.
Womp womp.
They're evil lesser kin. They're suboptimal.
Yeah, I guess they would technically be kin, huh?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
They were sprung from strands of hair stolen by night hags.
Oops, no, it wasn't stolen, it was given.
Given, my mistake.
Oops.
You're right,
Thanks,
yes.
Trix.
It was a gift of hair to the night hags turned into the Awful Crew, which consists of evil Diath, who looks older than normal Diath and is just generally more menacing, but a bombastic dresser.
He's more full of himself.
He is definitely full of himself, and he has got bigger boots.
He does.
And evil Paulton, Strahd Poseur.
Fair.
And evil Strix, who is a feral trash pile.
Yes.
Completely out of control. And last week, we saw the Awful Crew in Port Nyanzaru, and they were running around with an imp named Umpox, and also a big giant black bag that they were using to capture evil people to send to the night hags to be eaten or to have other nasty things done to them. And they decided to throw a little girl in the bag, and it turns out she actually was an evil soul in her. And then they made enemies with some dinosaur trainers, and Strix was able to basically mount the Allosaurus and ride it around until she went screaming into a marketplace and started lighting things on fire with her firebolt spell. Then she got knocked off, knocked unconscious, and is bleeding out. She got dragged over by a building, but the party was not able to stabilize her yet. So she has 2 successes on her death saves and 1 failure. Meanwhile, there's a fracas that played out at Pastamania, a restaurant in Port Nyanzaru, where Paulton ran afoul of a waitress named Marcia and a spaghetti cook named Schmulk Schmogan. Schmulk went down. Marcia had her eye plucked out by the imp and dropped in Paulton's moonshine drink. And Marcia is still alive, one-eyed, inside the restaurant while the Waffle Crew convenes around Evil Strix's trash pile body. Did I forget anything?
Thing that happened was Paulton was holding Marcia's eye, and then
That's right. He
just
squished it,
crushed
it in his hand
Oh, yeah.
while she stared with her one remaining eye.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I remember correctly, they're all in this courtyard outside of this super hipster, like Edison strung festival lights restaurant called Pastamania, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So as Marcia stares in stunned silence at Paulton's hand now covered in eyeball goo, from behind her you hear just this slow clap. And from out of the shadows behind her shoulder, you see someone or something kind of shove her out of the way and step into the light out of the shadows. You couldn't see this person at first because as you now see kind of the light fall on them, you see that this person is made entirely of wood and metal. And that wood and metal is mostly just black and gold, but encrusted in different places with jewels and fine cloth kind of draped over one shoulder. And it looks like a human, but made of wood and metal. I don't know if you guys have ever seen anything like that before, but she comes out slowly clapping and says, "Good show."
I'm unconscious.
She walks up to Paulton and she kind of like looks him up and down, raises an eyebrow, looks at Dieth, walks up to him, puts one finger on his bare chest and says, "The leader, huh?"
Well, someone's got to do it. Without me, they're pretty much worthless and or dead. He looks back at Strix and like, oh, or dying.
And she kind of like grabs his nose and shakes it a little bit and like chucks his chin. She's like, and aren't you just a tall drink of something strong?
Excuse me?
He'll like kind of bat the metal hand appendage away and just be like, enough of that. Clearly you want something.
Want something? Well, don't we all? I just think that you've put on a good show here today. I took notice of your particular style, and I'm intrigued, I must say.
Yes, thank you. That's right. For once, again, I did all of the work. And you're welcome.
She looks back over at the eyeball, and she looks at Marcia, and she's like, aren't you going to finish her off, or?
Maintaining eye contact with this person talking to Dieth, he'll just reach back, grab a throwing dagger, and just throw it at her.
Roll the hit.
Without even looking.
I want to say that you can do that, but I guess you have to have disadvantage if you're not even going to look.
Well, you know what?
That's true.
The amazing thing about awful Dieth is that unlike real Dieth, he rolls amazingly well. Well, not amazing. After bonus, 17.
Even with disadvantage?
Yes. I
Yeah,
rolled a 15 and a 12.
It sticks right into Marcia. What's the damage?
Also, for added flavor, it like wishes like right toward Evil Paulton, and he just kind of like
Just
tilts
dodges
his head.
it.
6 damage.
All right.
Unless you want to sneak attack it. No, I can't sneak off the thrown dagger. Never mind. Just 6.
Okay. Marcia looks like she is not feeling well at all, but she's still standing. So now
pretty tough.
She's got eye, like, she's bleeding out one eye, and she's holding that. Now she's got a dagger in her gut, and she is just standing there, like, having been brushed aside by this construct, like, you know, she's not going to do anything, but she's kind of standing there rocking back and forth in shock.
Dieth just shrugs and just like, she'll bleed out.
The stranger kind of looks at her and kind of nods. She's like, that's probably more interesting anyway. What's your name?
What did he say? I guess, I mean, yeah, he knows himself as Dieth, so yeah, he'll just say, I'm Dieth. What's it to you?
Oh, well, if you're going to be joining me as a follower, then I certainly need to know what to call you. And you?
Well, we're making a lot of assumptions, aren't we?
Oh, well, I mean, either you can join me and serve me in my quest for glory and death and darkness, or I could just kill you right here.
Kill him.
So you're feisty too. I don't know if you ever noticed, but I've always made my own path in life.
Oh, you're just so cute. Oh, she just pinches your little cheeks. And she's like, and you, tall vampire and, you know, whatever you are. What's your name?
They call me Nit Luap.
Nit Luat?
Or just Paulton words, I guess.
Pulled backwards.
What? No. Make you think that.
Well, Nit. I suppose you'll do.
I'll do what?
I mean, follow me, of course.
To what? I don't. I'm sorry. I don't buy into the whole follow for follow thing. So I don't think I'm on board with that.
Look, whatever you're doing with this bag, it's obviously not your own idea. Somebody's making you do it. So you can either keep scrounging for people to put in a bag, or you can follow me and we'll cause some real trouble. Or I'll just kill you and that'll be fun too.
All very appealing.
After hearing that, Dieth does one of these. Huh. I suppose. I mean, I want to be employed under those hags all my life, but
Oh, it's hags,
What-
is it?
what are you offering?
Hags are gross.
Right?
Hags are gross. Whatever that pile of something over there is gross. You guys are not gross. You're pretty cute, and I would let you be my bodyguards.
Uh-huh. And what do we get out of this?
Yeah, what's the hourly on that?
Well, I will let you kill whoever you want. I will let you every whim. I'll let you keep whatever I don't want that we find, and I won't kill you.
I try to stabilize Strix.
Yeah.
I will. At some point in the conversation, I'll turn into a rat because I obviously can't stabilize her as a raven. So maybe I'll have better luck as a rat.
You use a little
Nope.
rat paws.
I rolled a 3.
The only person trying to save me can't save me. And I was dying in the corner.
No, you're just down for the 3 count. It's fine.
I guess you get another death save though.
I
Yeah.
do,
Oh yeah,
yes.
you would get another death save.
I would get another death save. I mean, 3 successes and I'm done, correct?
Yeah.
That means you're stable.
That's an 11.
Okay, so you're stable.
Oh,
you're not going to bleed
You're
out.
stable now.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
you'll
stable.
just lie
I
there
just
until you
know
get some
no
healing.
one cares about me. They just everyone hates me. It's fine.
I don't think most people would even notice you're there because you are literally hidden behind a barrel in a heap that looks like trash. So
That's where I belong.
Yeah, with a rat perched on your head.
right.
Who's probably
Does-
starting to eat me.
Is said rat hearing this conversation?
Oh yeah.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
And he's like shining the eye over both of you.
But thankfully, the hags can't hear. They just see.
Right.
Right. Okay.
So far, it seems like the stranger has not noticed that rat with that eye.
Okay. Dieth kind of puts his like fists onto his hips and kind of leans towards the stranger a little bit, kind of giving her the suspicious eye, and says, "Get to keep whatever you don't want."
Mm-hmm.
So then you're implying that there's things around here that you do.
Well, look at me. I mean, do you think I just got all this from asking real nice? She has like gold, just like, gold, jewels. She's like, she's made of precious metals. And then on top of that, you look at her and you can't even conceive of how much all of the wealth that is implanted on her body could possibly be worth.
I turn invisible.
Okay.
That's all I can do as my action this round.
All right.
I was playing that we were out of initiative, but if you guys want to get an initiative, then let's roll.
My plan is to basically just turn invisible, reassume my imp form, and then find out where the bag is.
Okay.
Who's got the bag?
I believe still in Dieth's possession.
Okay. Then I'll go over to Dieth and whisper in his ear, "Drop the bag over her head."
I'm gonna see if she hears that. she does hear that,
Okay.
and she just raises one eyebrow and then tries to. She pulls a giant battle axe off of her back and tries to slash through where she perceives the sound came from. At disadvantage because she can't see it. But even so, she rolls an 18.
Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna hit.
Okay, so she does, let's see. She does just 5 damage.
Okay, and just out of curiosity, is her axe silvered or magical? Because that will affect how much damage I take.
It is, it is not magical.
Okay, so I take 2.
Nice.
Okay. Dieth deftly dodges. So
Yeah, it
that
goes
he
right
also
by
doesn't
you.
get hit. Yeah.
And some of
okay.
my blood just sort of splatters down on your shoulder.
Yeah. Ugh. I just got this vest.
And it looks real nice on you.
Thank you.
It might look even better on the floor.
Can't confirm.
What was that, and how are you going to kill it?
That is the.
That was the Hag's little lackey thing.
All right, I
Yeah.
guess everyone should roll initiative at this
Yeah.
point.
I don't
I'm stable, but I'm
What?
still unconscious.
You are still unconscious, but not dying. Anybody got any
I'll pour
healing?
myself another drink.
Anybody got any healing? No?
Nope.
No?
Can't say I do.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
8 for the imp.
21 for DS.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Did I even roll as an unconscious person?
No, not until you rejoin, not until you essentially are conscious.
All right, time to get more drinks.
Oh, and Marcia too, I guess. Oh, poor Marcia. Okay.
Does Marcia or this construct with all the jewels and gold have like openly marked potions of healing hanging from them anywhere?
No. You
Is
don't
there
happen to
is there
see
a
any of
healing fountain anywhere within sight? No.
those. Unfortunately not, no. Let's see, who am I missing? Okay, and Strix is just unconscious, so I guess she's not in the initiative.
Nope.
All right, cool. So, Diath, you go first. What do you do?
Ooh. Just gonna step out of this one. This isn't my problem. So
All right.
basically, just kind of, is Umpok still on the shoulder, or did he get knocked off?
I was just kind of flapping near your head in my natural form.
Oh,
so.
okay. And then just in case, he'll use his cunning action to disengage. Just be like, whoop, whoop. Not my problem.
Okay.
Whoop.
All right, and then let's see. The next up is this stranger. And Chris, if she's going to try to take basically a blind swing at where she still thinks this thing is, would disadvantage be appropriate, or is there anything else?
Just disadvantage. Yeah.
Okay. Oh no. Okay. Wow. She super misses. She
Okay.
crit misses. She rolled a nat 1.
Oop.
And she
Embarrassing.
looks incensed, especially if Diaz says embarrassing. She turns blazing golden eyes on him.
He does say that, yes.
Okay, great. Now, Paulton, it's your turn.
What is the nearest source of alcohol?
Good question. You threw the
Important.
moonshine into the street.
Right.
Marcia doesn't seem to be in any shape to serve, so I would presume that the nearest alcohol is at the bar inside. You guys are kind of in this like courtyard.
Okay. I'm going to cunningly make my way to the bar.
All right. I think that provokes an attack of opportunity from the
what?
stranger, wouldn't it? I guess you guys weren't in melee. She was kind of more in melee with Diaz.
Yeah.
All right, so you're fine. You can go into the bar.
He just sees like them going on. I'm just like, all right.
All right, cool. Umpox, your turn.
I will fly up out of reach
Okay.
and follow Diath because he has the bag.
Okay.
I'll just stay as close to him as I can without actually like.
Okay. Marcia flees.
Okay.
She just runs for like the staff room and barricades herself in the staff room of the restaurant. She's out of here. All right. That brings it to Diath again.
Am I aware of Umpox's proximity to me?
You can probably hear my wings flapping.
All right. I'll look over at Nitluap. And I'll kind of give him one of these. Like I'll like kind of nod over towards the stranger, and then also kind of like nod in the direction of where Unpox is. Just be like, what do you think? That one or this one?
He'll like look at the two and suddenly, subtly just be like, I don't really care what you do. And then just carry on.
DS kind of goes, all right, yep, figured. And then he'll pull out his short sword and swing at Unpox.
Nice. All right, roll the hit.
I'd assume at disadvantage because he's still invisible.
No, he's the only one that tried to stabilize me.
Yeah, still at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
That first roll's good. I don't think 10. No. 10?
No.
All right.
Well then.
But then Dieth has a real evil smile as he's doing it.
All right. Next up is the stranger, who goes for the same general area that she sees Dia swinging for at disadvantage and rolls a 10.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
She doesn't like that very much. Oh, and she actually gets 2 attacks per turn. So she's going to try again.
Oh, wow.
And she rolled 2 20s.
What?
At disadvantage,
Oh,
she
shit.
rolled 2 20s. And I have brand new dice, and I
Holy
love them. So thank you.
Oh,
Okay, so she crits
so much for my revenge.
Pox. And she does this time. You see her kind of like there seems to be this like symbol on her chest. It's a black disc with like a almost kind of a glowing purple rim on it. And as you see her really like rev up for this big hit with her battle axe this time, you see that she's got it in 2 hands. Or wait, does she? Hold on. Yes, she's got it in 2 hands, and she kind of starts to like seep this like purplish black oil from some of the creases, and then she attacks. And let's see how much damage she does. Oh my gosh, I do not like the D8. So far, it has only rolled once. Let's see, 5 plus. Okay, so she does 5 plus 5 necrotic damage.
Okay, so I will take 10 of that. Halved is 5. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, I am still alive.
All right, Paulton, are you just drinking?
Do I have like a general idea of where he is?
I mean, we're
Maybe.
swinging at him and that.
Yeah, I just hit him
area.
and blood kind of splattered everywhere. So he's basically at the end of my battle axe right now.
Okay, and he's still invisible.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd probably have an idea of, I don't know, let's say like a 20-foot cube guess of where he would be.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm like taking a drink. He just kind of looks over. He's like, I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire in that vicinity, so he's highlighted in a nice green, if we could.
Nice.
All
All right.
I'm all aglow.
The green glitters off of the stranger's black metal body, and she grins evilly.
All right. So that,
It's your
that basically
turn,
neutralizes my invisibility. So no disadvantage now. And
Okay.
if I become visible, everybody will have advantage to hit me. So yeah. Diath, evil Diath,
Yeah.
where is the bag on you?
It's basically the way he really has to carry it was kind of stuffed on the back of his sash. Not like down his pants, but like kind of like the way you would put something like in your belt.
Got it. Okay. So he probably won't be able to crawl into that. Umpox is going to take to the sky. He is going to disengage, flying 80 feet up and away.
Oh, damn.
If only any of us could fly. All right. Out of reach, and that brings us back to Dia.
Not quite. Throwing a dagger.
Ooh.
All right. No disadvantage, no advantage. Just straight up.
So just a D20?
Yeah.
Okay. And as I throw it, he yells, "We quit!" 16?
Motherfucker. Yeah.
It's still gonna be half damage because it's just a regular dagger.
That's right.
So 6 divided by 2, 3 damage.
Okay. So 3 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, I only had 2 hit points remaining. So when your dagger hits Umpox, there's just like this explosion of diabolical ichor in the sky, and bits of goo fall from above, and then the hag eye just goes plop down into the sand.
I step on it.
Crack.
Ooh.
I wanted that. I really wanted that.
Oh, whoops.
All right.
The stranger walks up to, let's see, Paulton, you came back outside, or were you casting that from like the doorway?
I was casting that from like the doorway. I still made my way in.
Okay. So you didn't get any of this ichor on you, but I think Dieth, it kind of like rained down on your face or something. So the stranger will walk up to you and kind of like wipe some of it off with her finger and taste it. Mmm. She's like, so you've made a choice then?
Well, I could figure we could keep doing the same shit every day and just collecting souls for who knows what. Or if you have to know where some perhaps valuables are, then maybe I'm more intrigued.
Well, I'm always keeping an eye out for the latest fashions and the most valuable trinkets, so I'm certain we can find you a little something you like. As long as you
Definitely.
help me in my quest to spread the darkness and death.
Yeah, whatever it is that you want. So long as I get some stuff out of it.
Well, just swear fealty to Shar and we'll be on our way then.
Sure. Shar is rad.
Very good. She walks over to Paulton. Shar, opinions?
Sure, what now?
Shar, swear your loyalty, fealty, I won't kill you. We can go in search of,
Hold on.
She looks at Dieth. He's the slow one, isn't he?
No, I have something for this. Just give me a
Shar thing.
Yeah, let's go with that. Well, I mean, not really anything. Like, sure sounds good to me, fam.
One more thing, if you can, Dieth will walk over to the pile of Strix and just be like, can you get this one up?
Oh, that's a someone.
Yeah.
What thing?
Doesn't need a lot of food, doesn't want a lot of stuff, but has a lot of arcane powers that will definitely be helpful in us acquiring some more.
Strength above all, as I always say. And she lays on hands for 20 hit points on Strix.
I'm alive! Yay!
What does she do? Does she spring up?
She springs up and immediately tries to bite whoever resurrected her.
The stranger allows you to try to bite her, and
Yeah,
it's
she's
just
gnawing on your arm. It's like,
it's cute.
Yeah, sometimes.
All right, well, now let's go and, rule with an iron fist, douse the flame of hope, and start a new adventure, shall we?
Yeah, let's. Dieth will take the bag that he's been carrying for collecting souls, and he'll like hold it up to Strix, and just be like, scorch it.
Get it in the bag.
she's just like, yes, it's my destiny.
That's right. Now do it.
She'll set it on fire.
Perfect.
Firebolt.
And they'll just like drop it, drop it and let it burn inside the tavern. So it's just a fire hazard.
All right, and that's where the awful crew will stop.
All right.
Woo. Oh no.
But they're still alive.
Against all odds. Yeah.
JK, evil Paulton kills himself. Whoa!
Okay, so back in the Hags' lair, Strix and Dieth and Paulton, you're all now yourselves. And when last we dealt with the hags, you were cutting a deal with them, a 3-for-3
Yes.
deal. Each of you would give a piece of yourselves, hair, clippings, whatever, to the hags for their ill use, and in exchange, they will give you 3 things. And when last we dealt with them, you basically decided that the 3 things were going to be Mr. Fox's spectacles, the spell book that he stole from Shemeshka, and a resurrection scroll.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The hags are about to talk when suddenly, appearing in the cauldron, there's like a tinny thump sound, and then a little girl kind of pokes her head up out of the cauldron.
Uh-oh.
And the hags quickly sort of circle around the cauldron and kind of pull her out, kind of holding one of this girl's limbs. Like one's got her by a leg, 2 others got her by the arm, and they're just sort of sniffing her and kind of
No,
tasting her.
No,
and
no,
say,
this one's
"Oh,
no good."
fresh one."
No, Strix just runs up and is like, this one's no good. I can already tell she's tainted.
What? Nonsense.
No, she's super good. Can't you tell?
Maybe we shouldn't eat her then. Maybe we should make her into one of us.
No.
Yes, let's do that. I like that idea.
Dia's like, no, far too young. No, absolutely not. I don't know where she came from, but practically worthless. Wasting your time. Don't.
What is she worth to you?
Can Strix just like make eyes at Paulton and Dia? Like, this is gonna go bad.
Already is.
like worse. This is gonna go worse.
Worth to be? What do you mean?
If you want to have a hand in her fate, we'll let you. You can have her, but we want something in return. If you don't want her, then we will do with her as we please.
We want her? Is that what we're doing?
No, but I don't want her to die, or whatever it is that they're going to do to her.
No, we can't. No, yeah, we can't do this.
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna try and persuade them.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, look, she's worthless to you. She's worthless to us. She's worthless in general. She's not even worth the time we've spent talking about her. So why don't we just carry on
This
with
girl
our...
is now glowering at you, her face all scrunched up in a frown.
I'm just like, yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. It's kids. They're like ruined already. It's so horrible. I need to persuade.
Okay. So you're basically just trying to get them to, what, let her go?
Yep.
Yep. That would be a 14.
Okay. They sort of go off and huddle a little bit 5 feet away, and they're like, I don't think that's a good idea at all. Why are we listening to him?
Because I'm handsome.
He is handsome.
See?
As they're huddling, could I possibly polymorph one of them?
Oh, you could try.
You still need their things.
I have a plan. It's fine.
Oh, no.
Don't you worry.
There we go.
All right.
All right.
Worrying.
She has to make a saving throw. She is magic resistant, so she has advantage on her save.
God damn it.
What's your DC?
16.
All right. So there are 3 that you can choose from. There's one who's got the coins on her eyes. There's one and like the ants crawling on her skin. There's the one with the string necklace of chattering children's teeth and the peg leg.
I don't like that one.
And when she sneezes or like blows her nose or something, gas comes out of her ears. And then there's the one with the bag over her head, which has the viper, the cockerel, and the terrier poking out of it.
All right, I'll do I'll do baggy.
All right. The spell cast upon her, and you can. What are you trying to change her into, by the way?
Oh, a chicken, of course.
Oh, okay. You can see for an instant, like a couple, like feathers spring out of her arms and stuff. But then she's like, no, 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 and she fights it off.
All right. As that happens, I go, clearly the child has magic.
Oh, go ahead and make deception check.
That's the plan.
You should learn the ways of magic. You would love to adopt her into your coven, would you not? Oh, wow, okay. 22.
Okay, very persuasive. You can see that they'll turn on each other, and then the one with the bag on her head just sort of holds out a clawed hand and puts the girl to sleep. And the girl just sort of falls over and is now lying sleeping on the ground.
Did it work?
And then the bag woman, the terrier, starts barking. And the one with the coins over her eyes says, "That will be enough trouble for me, you, missy," to the little girl lying unconscious on the floor.
It worked, yes.
Yeah, you sure showed her.
No, she knows magic. Clearly, this is a powerful little girl.
Yeah, they definitely showed her.
So, those three things. Are you sure those are the three things you want?
Diaz turns
Yes.
back to Strix and Balton's like, we're doing this, right?
We don't really have a choice. We need
No.
to bring Evelyn back. That's kind of all we have.
Right. And whatever deal we make with them cannot be worse than suffering whatever wrath Shemeshka could bring us.
That's a fair point, because she's really scary.
Shemeshka.
Oh, please don't
Nope.
tell me you know her.
No, nothing.
Nothing?
The hags will huddle again.
But no.
He didn't say Shemeshka. He said Shmum.
No, he didn't. He said Shemeshka. Just
No, that already kind of okay.
I was saying she meant ska.
don't even try.
It's her favorite music.
Oh, we were talking about the little
Yes,
girl
of
when she
course,
came
you're
in.
Yes,
we were
of
like,
course.
yeah,
Yes, I believe you.
yeah, she messed up, is what we said.
And one of them will say, that's her spell book then, is it?
Yeah.
Yes,
That's why she sent you after Mr. Fox.
correct. And for his spectacles too.
And because he has a sword that he puts keys in, but I don't understand
No.
that.
Strix.
Oh, go on, my dear.
Need to know basis.
Strix is like covering her mouth, like overshared.
Yes, enough distractions. Do we get the items now?
Right. Yes. Yes.
All right. The one with
Show us the things.
The one with the coins on her eyes points to the one at the peg leg and says, "Peggy, you have the spectacles and the book." And then she points to the one with the bag on its head and says, "Nana, fetch the scroll. I will keep our guests company."
Oh, that's nice.
Then she
thank
reaches
you.
down, she grabs the little girl by the foot and just sort of drags her across the lab and
All right.
throws her in a chicken coop.
Strix is like, that girl's very powerful. Be careful.
Look out.
I've got my eye on her.
No, you should teach her the ways of magic.
She looks at you, and by the way, at this point, the other two, you see they become ghosts of their former selves, and they just sort of walk off in different directions and go through the walls.
All right,
Anybody who
that's
wants to can make a Arcana
cool.
check.
I will do that. Hold on. I forgot my dice. Okay. Oh. Okay. 24.
You believe that they have gone ethereal. They've entered the ethereal plane and wandered off.
All right. I will tell this to everyone and say
Yeah.
they become ghosty people.
I'm sure that's fine.
I gathered that.
Yeah. And after they leave, and the one remaining hag says, "So, dearie," she comes up to you, Strix, "what coven do you belong to?"
Yeah, the chicken foot coven. Just making it up.
Chickenfoot coven. And where are your sisters?
In the Feywild,
Why so far away from them?
I'm on a quest.
Of course you are. We are the Sown sisters. And she
That's great.
pulls out a spool of red thread and a pair of scissors. Snip,
Strix-
snip.
Strix pulls out her scissors too and is like, snip, snip,
And then she puts her scissors away and pulls a needle out of her hair. Stitch, stitch.
I don't have a needle, so I'm just going to keep being like, snip, snip. And she'll show the Ravenclaw and be like, see?
That
That's
is
a
not a
different
chicken foot.
Well, I don't have one right now, all right? It's like, look, I make do with what I can get,
She
okay?
just sort of looks at you woefully.
You've heard of Baba Yaga, though, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she was my teacher, my grandma.
Was she?
Mm-hmm.
And
She like looks kind of proud, but also scared, and just like, please don't kill me.
and then you can see that something else goes ka-thump inside the cauldron. And the hag reaches in and pulls out the body of a dead man.
Oh,
Do, do,
well.
do, do.
Who's missing a hand, actually. Now that you mention it.
That's weird.
One of his hands got chopped off.
All right.
And she
Looks like it's not
says-
our problem.
These clones are nothing but a disappointment.
I'm sorry, the what?
What? Chickenfoot says what?
Never mind.
She says, "We'll make new ones. Get rid of those defects."
Dieth will kind of interrupt and say, if you have these spectacles and the book, what's so important about them?
We don't have them yet, dearie.
All right.
But soon.
But would you happen to know why someone would want these so badly?
Well, if you are working for Shemeshka
Working
against
loosely.
Mr. Fox, you've stepped into a bit of a Arcanoloth rivalry.
Oh. Is that
I
bad?
think that's bad.
That sounds bad. Is it bad?
They're very alike, those two. I wouldn't want either of them as my enemy.
Okay. Would you happen to know why they're warring with each other?
Because all Arcanoloths want is magic and knowledge. And they'll take it wherever they can get it.
Oh. Okay. And how would you, if you were to say we're wanting to halt, stop, defeat, or kill an Arcanoloth, how would you go about it?
Let's see. You see her go over to some ratty old scrolls and dig one out. And she says, "An Arcanoloth is a kind of Yugoloth. They are like fiendish mercenaries. They will work for themselves or whoever has enough jink to keep them happy."
I know that word.
Oh, you're so good.
Strix is like poking me. Like that's
She says,
a sigil.
"Arcanoloths are powerful spellcasters, as powerful as any archmage individually. But like all fiends, they have their vulnerabilities. If you know their true name, you can make them do things against their will."
Wait, are you saying that Shemeshka isn't her true name? Or
No.
Mr. Fox isn't his real
Wait.
name?
Neither of those names are their true names.
True
What?
names. Can I do an Arcana check on that?
Absolutely.
Hold on. I'm gonna bring out my dice roller. Oh, it's 24 again. Yes.
Yeah. You know that with the 24, actually, pertaining to Yugoloths in particular, that they come from a plane called Gehenna, and that there are these books known as the Books of Keeping that contain all of the names, the true names of every Yugoloth is inscribed in these books.
So we can find her true name.
Yes. And so Yugoloths hate being controlled in this manner, and they're not shy about making their displeasure known, and like a petulant child, one will follow its instructions to the letter while looking for opportunities to misinterpret them. But if you can figure out the Yugoloth's true name, you can basically tell it to do whatever you want it to do. Arcanoloths, because they know great magic, are specifically wizard magic, are very, very dangerously powerful spellcasters. They're magic resistant, and they have also innate spellcasting abilities, like the ability to magically teleport at will.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
Strix will just look at the hag and be like, do you know any of their true names?
I might know one or two, but I'm not going to share them.
Damn
What
it.
would you share them for?
What?
Do you want to trade for something?
What do you have?
I
A
would
hog?
I'm afraid it will cost a good deal more than a hug, dearie.
What do I have?
What do you want to give up for a true name?
Strix? That seems like a hefty price.
But it'll help.
We're doing
I
fine
won't
without.
make an enemy of an Arcanoloth for no reason. Certainly not for a hug.
What about...
Maybe just forget it for now. It's fine.
But we
can
need
do
to
without.
know.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. One problem at a time.
Remember, you have all of Evelyn's stuff too.
That's true. What about, like, the pieces of Lightfall or something like that?
No, are you kidding me? I'm not giving that up.
What about, like, an arm? I don't need this
No!
arm. This one's no good.
Absolutely not. You need that to cast spells.
I have this one.
What is Lightfall?
Nothing. Strix. No.
It's a magic axe.
I
It's a
have
thunder axe.
4 candles.
What do they do? What do they do?
Well, you see,
She ogles them.
if you are in a place that is not quite lit,
Yes. Yes.
When the club is real lame.
Oh my god.
these will help you with that and more.
Let me see one.
Is this working?
I'm like, see with your eyes, not your hands.
You see her kind of reach out for it, but she doesn't touch it. She just sort of puts her fingers all kind of around it, but doesn't actually touch it. And you think there's something weird going on there, Paulton. Like you sense that she couldn't touch it even if she wanted to, simply because you told her not to. Like there's some actual metaphysical barrier to her touching somebody else's things without their permission.
Noted.
It's almost like they're repelled.
Interesting.
But she studies it and she says, "It looks like an ordinary candle. Does it light underwater or?"
But no, I didn't say anything like that. It's a
It
candle.
does. Yes, it does. It absolutely does.
It absolutely does. It lights underwater.
Does it illuminate invisible texts?
Yes. That
Very
too.
much so. And it can even be used in magic darkness.
Does the flame sing dark songs? Can you make it sing?
I mean, if you like ask it, it might, it could.
She tries. Sing, little candle.
Well, it's not
sing.
your candle. It's not going to sing for you.
Will you show me how it works?
it's more rewarding if you learn on your own.
Dieth has never face palmed so hard in his life.
Paul's just like, I mean, if you don't want the candle, it's fine. I'll just, put it away, save it for someone more interested.
It's very nice, but it's not true name nice. That's not worth the price of a true name.
Oh, yeah?
What would be worth a true name to you?
It's very tempting, but... She says, I would like... She sort of looks around to make sure nobody else can hear her. And she says, I would like you to carry a child.
Nope. Goodbye.
I'm
What,
sorry.
like where to? Like transporting, like where?
And she
where's
points
the
right
child?
to Strix's belly.
No, no, absolutely not. No, we're not doing that.
Oh, no!
See, well, it was good to know. Interesting. We'll keep that in mind for any possible.
Baggy Nana's kind of on the outs, and we're going to need a new sister.
Dieth is like almost.
Since
has,
you're
like, an arm
already
and-
in a coven, dearie, we need someone else.
Dieth has like an arm in front of Strix at this point, like protecting her. Just like, no, we're not. Well, I mean, it's good to know, but thank you. But we'll have to pass on that one. Just the items, please. We just got that deal.
Suit yourself.
Ramesh, go away.
No true names for you. What a shame. I'm sure one of them will come after you once you have the book. Probably Mr. Fox.
We don't really have a choice.
No, Strix, we're not doing that.
What is his name? Oh, yes, I remember.
Liar.
Do
Fuck
we-
that.
Does it seem like that is a lie?
Make a insight check, wisdom insight.
Strix is still throwing up on the ground.
I thought that she wanted Paulton to carry the child, and I thought that was really interesting.
Nope, that's a 5.
Okay, you can't tell.
Here, I'll do one too. I'll do one to see if Strix can actually tell if they're talking about saving them from the Arcanoloths. Oh wow, that's I guess like a 21.
Okay. You think that she
19.
you don't think she's lying. You think that it is typical hag behavior only to promise what you can actually deliver. And you don't believe she's acting in a way out of accordance with that. So she does know.
I mean, it wouldn't be for that long, right?
Just a few months. Mild inconvenience. Very
Absolutely
little
not.
pain.
No.
Well, we already got enough weird fanfic stuff going on, guys.
Yeah, I mean, like,
True.
then Shemeshka would leave us alone, right?
I'm sure she would.
No, I think it'd only get worse.
She'll be so grateful to have her spellbook returned, first of all.
We've already have a deal for her spell book, and that's all that matters right now. That's the end of this.
Yes.
But it's
Can't-
the keys. She's gonna come back for the keys.
What keys?
Strix.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to help. She just curls up in a ball on the ground and
Keys?
starts crying.
You have keys.
We all have keys in some shape or form, don't we?
I have keys, but what are your keys? What are these keys you refer to?
It's the key to friendship.
Elaborate.
He walks up to her.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, it's not about physical keys, and then points to like her chest and goes, but the key in there.
She sort of reaches down into a gown and pulls out a key hanging from a rope. You mean this key?
God damn it. No.
Strix is just gonna walk after her and be like, if it keeps Shemeshka away, I'll do it. I don't
No,
care.
you're not doing anything like that. Strix, please.
It'll keep her away.
No, it won't. You think trusting a hag deal?
I
You're
mean,
already
Baba Yaga
in a
didn't
hag
kill me.
deal, my boy.
Right, we're doing the one. That's enough.
Is it really? When we have so much more to offer.
Strix, we don't need that.
If Shemeshka leaves us alone, then we do need that.
When's the last time Shemeshka's really bothered us, though?
Shh.
Every day.
I mean, for some of us every day.
But me personally, I don't have much quarrel with her, if we're being TBH.
I don't know what TBH means, but I just want her to go away. Can you make her go away?
We can facilitate a more understanding relationship between you.
Sure sounds like a no. That's the end of it, Strix. No.
No, it needs to stop. I will do it.
We'll return the items and then it will stop. We'll get her back everything she's ever wanted. She's got everything we need. All of our deals with Shemeshka are done. And then we'll be done with her.
You're never done with the king of the cross trade. Once she sinks her teeth into you, she doesn't let go.
Absolutely not.
Well, it's not your choice. If I'm going to save my friends, then yes.
But she does say to you, she comes over to you, Dieth, and she says, but maybe there is a way to discourage her from troubling you any further.
What?
She says, you mentioned the keys. Do these keys fit into a sword, perhaps?
How did she know?
Paulton!
I'm scared.
So, you're him.
What the hell does that mean?
Delicious. The one. The last
Strix will
one.
Strix will just like scuttle up next to while they're saying this, be like, the one now.
And she says, I'm going to tell you something for free. Then maybe we can forge a deal. And she leans into Dieth and whispers in your ear. And Strix, you're like right up there, probably.
Yeah, she's right up there.
She doesn't seem to
she's
care.
just like,
And she says, Shemeshka kept a piece of your soul. It's locked in a box in her house.
What?
She said, the king of the cross trade was there when the concordance was signed and the deal struck. Her payment as a mediator was a piece of the last Lorcatha soul. You ever have that feeling that you're incomplete, never in charge of your own fate, your own destiny? That's why.
That's nonsense. I've only ever made my own fate, my own destiny. I've only ever done everything myself. None of this means anything.
Here you are, working for her to get her lost book, to gain Mr. Fox's spectacles. Really, boy, are you that naive?
Shut up.
Would you like us to bring you Shemeshka's happy box?
Shut up. That's enough.
yes, we need the box. We need the box. Shut up. Stop.
I don't like what that's called.
Bring us the box.
He says, the box. Think about it.
I don't
My
need it.
sisters
We don't need it. Why are the other hags taking so long? We're done here.
They are traveling through the ethereal plane, my dear.
I don't even know what that means.
It's
They're
really
like,
backed up
I'll do
there.
anything for the box. I'll do anything for the box.
She'll turn to you, then I'll deal with you instead.
Fine.
No! Damn it!
The box for your womb.
Fine, whatever. Get in
No,
the box.
Strix, no! I will not. Absolutely
It doesn't
not.
matter.
Yes,
Paulton's
it
like,
does. It matters to
"Crazy!"
me.
We have time. Think it over. And she'll go off and putter around. Occasionally goes over to check on the little girl, maybe pokes her with a stick.
Oh, I wish you wouldn't poke
And then
her.
she starts, she drags Shmon Shmina over to a chopping block and proceeds to cut him into little pieces.
Starting with his jorts.
Yeah.
I regret letting the dice decide it was evil.
Paulton looks over that. It's like, what's she chopping? I can't see anything.
Damn it.
It's like, give it a second.
No, I got it.
I want to talk to the hag. I want to.
Oh yeah, you go over while she's chopping with this big cleaver. Splat, splat. And just throwing big chunks of pieces into baskets, basically. And she's kind of sorting it as she chops it. So entrails go into that basket, and legs go into that basket, and that kind of thing.
So I go over to her. I'm not gonna make a big scene out of it, but I'm gonna ask her so you've brought people back. That's kind of what we've talked about it briefly, yeah?
Brought people back.
From the Dead Seas?
She says, sure. No, not really.
No? Oh, okay.
But we can, as we're doing here, bring a scroll to help you bring the dead back.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have magic. Powerful magic.
Interesting.
And as you're talking to her, she suddenly throws the cleaver up in the air. Ah! And clutches her eyes. Ah! And starts to blindly kind of stumble around. And the rest of you see it as well. Something Paulton said just caused her to lose her shit, and now she's running around her workshop mausoleum with her hands over her eyes.
Well, I was just like, nope.
Whoopsies.
Motherfucker! God, fucking damn it! Fucking shit! Ah! And then she stops. She sort of runs into something hard, bangs her head off it, and just kind of stands there. And she says, "The eye, the eye. It hurts so much. I'm
We didn't
blind."
do it.
No, it wasn't you. It was you. What am I saying?
I just want to put out there that Chris said, Anna, go ahead and DM. You can't break anything.
Yeah, so this blind hag is running around now, and she says, "Oh, I shouldn't have made you. Oh, this is so painful. It's like
don't know
having
what that means.
daggers
I'm
stuck
gonna
in my eyes."
You okay?
She sort of reaches around for like a stool or something to sit on. She finds basically this rotted out torso that I guess was entombed in this mausoleum before they moved in, and she just sort of sits down on its spongy mass. And you can see the ants start sort of crawling all around her feverishly.
Are you okay?
You're fucking clowns.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't have made those. I mean, we're bad enough.
The next ones will be better.
But no, what now?
You don't need more.
Listen, if I agree to this child or whatever, will you not make clones anymore?
No.
Great deal making right there.
Well, then no deal then. I would have agreed to it, but the clones were a deal breaker.
Yeah, there we go. Good. No deal. We're done with that. Thank you.
Wait.
No.
She
Waiting.
Sort of blindly points, but not at any of you. And then she says, I need to consult with my sisters when they return. This is not a decision I can make on my own.
Paulton like helps her and
No
like
clones.
just like moves her hand pointing down. Points. There you go.
Strix is like, no clones, but whatever else you want to do with me, I don't care. But no clones.
I'll discuss it with my sisters when they return.
Fine.
I hate it.
All right, so some time is going to pass while you chill out waiting for Baggy Nana and Peggy Deadbellis to return with the stuff. Meanwhile, on Heaven, Evelyn.
Oh yeah.
What?
Evelyn, what heavenly things would you like to be doing, knowing that, you know, you're in
You're just having a great time.
you're in the fantastic domain of Lathander. You can explore it to your heart's content. You can meet all kinds of people. And when you do, and, you know, your natural instinct is to regale them with the glories of the Morning Lord, they seem very well and truly aware of how great the Morning Lord is. And they're more than pleased to give you their time as possible. They'll play with you. They'll tell you about places they've seen. You'll stop and like watch the sun and pick fantastic shapes out of the clouds. Some lovely young men and women to talk to, as well as older folks milling around. You can see within the dominion of Lathander, people seem to be doing whatever they want. Sometimes there's groups of people sort of enjoying others' company. Other times you just stumble upon a lone person who's on a mountainside talking to a goat, or down by the river, skipping rocks across the water, watching the sun gleam off its surface.
I imagine that maybe she kind of develops a special friendship with Zares after she was kind of like her mentor in this place almost.
Yeah.
And it really reverberates with her strongly. Like, you know, Evelyn's like shiny things distract her like crazy. So it takes her a little while to kind of like really conceptualize what's going on, because like, ooh, pretty sun, ooh, pretty grass, ooh, pretty person, you know. But pretty soon it comes around to her that like this question of what is it that you actually want is really haunting her. And that leads her to suddenly gasp and then go looking for Zares and say, and she describes Simon, the soul that she saw.
Yeah.
And she says, have you seen someone like that here?
She tells you that she hasn't seen anybody like that here. And the two of you, when you kind of think about it, you don't sense his presence anywhere. Normally in the sort of the warmth of Lathander, when everybody's sort of part of Lathander, you can kind of feel each other, get a sense of that, and you don't feel like he's on this plane with you. That this
What
is
do you
where
think
his
that
soul is.
means?
She says, well, it could be that his soul went somewhere else, to another plane.
Is that bad?
It depends. If he was a good soul, he may have gone to one of the other good dominions. If he was an evil soul, which I doubt if he was with you, but if he were, he would go to one of the lower planes.
I feel kind of responsible because, you know, he was kind of like family, and if you know, I kind of wanted to ask him a few questions because I never really got to talk to him much when we were on Earth. So there's no way to like talk to someone who's on a different plane than you, right, from here, right?
We are spirits now. We are bound to this place. This is our, for lack of a better word, afterlife. He is in his own afterlife somewhere. And these two, his dominion and our dominion, we exist apart. We are no longer alive.
Yeah.
We can't go anywhere, at least not until your friends try to bring you back to their world. And she sort of notes your sort of silvery aura.
I mean, if they do try, I don't know. I kind of forced myself on them to begin with, so I'm not sure. I don't know. I think I just wanted to tell him how much I loved him and that we always wanted him around. Because I realized maybe he felt the same way, maybe, you know, that he was just there to be useful or just there by happenstance, you know. But I think, you know, you asked me whatever I really wanted, and I think all I ever really wanted was to be wanted. And I wanted him to know that he was wanted. And that's why it's good to be here, because Lathander has always wanted me and loved me, and that's what's important.
I agree. And she says, so Simon was like family to you.
Mm-hmm. He was my adopted son.
Yet he was, if I understand correctly, a construct?
Well, I mean, kinda, but
But alive.
I mean, yeah. I was a construct, but alive. Did
Well,
you know that?
You weren't always a construct.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think he was alive. He seemed alive to me. And I saw his soul.
If you saw his spirit, then he was alive.
Yeah. Why do you ask?
I just think it's remarkable how the multiverse brings souls, stray souls, together.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? Did you have a family?
Oh, yes. I had a husband, I had children, grandchildren, many friends. Some of them were with me at the very end.
That sounds nice.
It was.
I had a family, and they loved me very much, but I don't think they wanted me around. They sent me away
Why did they do that?
to serve Lathander,
Well,
just like my dad.
what was he like?
Oh, he was the best. He was always smiling, and he was always going on adventures, and he was always doing the will of Lathander and helping people, but he was gone a lot. But he did bring me back presents, and he was always looking out for me, you know, trying to make sure that his little girl had everything she needed and protecting me from anyone who might, you know, look down on me or anything like that.
Have you talked to him?
I could talk to him? How?
He is here living in Lathander's dominion.
He is? What do I do, that sensey thing?
Yeah, pretty much. You can just
She
sort
tries to sense where her dad is.
Yeah, you're having some trouble. So you're kind of spinning around, looking for your bearings.
Dad! Daddy!
And Zares says, just get on your horse and go. Follow your heart. It will take you where you need to go.
Follow my heart. She kind of sticks her chest out and she's like, tries to follow it.
Not your literal heart. Just the longing that you feel to be with him again. Use that to guide you here.
Okay. Morning glory.
Yeah,
I call
horse will
summon
come.
you.
Yep, horse appears. You hop on it. You sail off.
She's yelling like, you know, when you were a kid and you would just like yell down the stairs at your parents, Dad! Dad! Dad!
All right, and you are able to fly to a glittering temple on top of a hill. And you can see there is a large sun symbol, a golden sun symbol atop its great dome. And there are pillars all around it. It's almost like a big, giant, domed gazebo, stone gazebo. And within, you can see a glittering statue of the Morning Lord as a sort of radiant man cradling a baby in his arms. And carved into the pillars, you can see images of all the various saints and things who have followed Lathander. Some you recognize, some you don't.
This probably distracts her for quite some time. She
Yeah.
probably flies around looking at all these things.
Yeah, and you can see that there are a number of spectral forms like yourself moving around inside this space, and many of them are cradling spectral children lovingly, and there's music also playing in the air, and you can see that there is a giant of a figure, about 10 feet tall, with angelic wings and green skin. Just a hairless, green-skinned angel with white wings and silvery pools for eyes, going around and just sort of touching the kids on the heads. And as it does, the children sort of become luminous for an instant, and then you see them transform one by one into kind of like an idealized form, usually like a young adult or an adult. And then they begin talking to the people around them.
Can I roll a religion check to see if I understand what's happening?
Sure.
I rarely use my religion check, which is so bad. Let me check.
Too busy talking about it to think about it.
I know, right? 13.
You can see that basically there are children in the multiverse who, for whatever reason, do not survive the travails of their worlds, but their souls are still born here, and rather than sort of condemn them to a life of being an infant who can't sort of appreciate the world around them, they are brought to a later phase of their life which they never got to live. Sort of a point in their life which is for them sort of idealized. Sort of the point where they should have reached a certain point in their life where they gained an appreciation for Lathander if their life hadn't been snuffed out before that happened. And this planetar is sort of pointing at them, and although you can't tell what's going on, maybe telepathically telling them who they are.
Ooh.
And it's like they never died. It's like they had a life that happened and unfolded, and now they're just here and enjoying the company of other people like them. And they're being sort of introduced to the spirits that were carrying them, these other beings who have lived here for a long time, who are sort of like their mentors and custodians, kind of like what Zeres has become to you. And you can see one of those figures is remarkably similar to a man you once knew well, your dad.
I fly by the green-skinned angel, and as I go, I'm like, oh, hey, big fan. My name's Evelyn. Bye. And then I land, with like the outstretched wings of morning, like big epic entrance.
Yeah. And he turned, and several of them turn to face you, and you can see that his eyes are aglow. His smile is as warm as you remember it.
I think Evelyn just kind of freezes, staring at him.
Okay.
Like this is kind of more than she can even understand.
He just comes over and sort of puts a soft hand on Morning Glory's nose, and you can feel that your mount is very calm around him.
Evelyn gets off Morning Glory and just walks up to him and kind of is like staring at him in disbelief. She's like, "Do you recognize me?"
Yes. Evie.
I can't believe it. She just starts. I mean, can she cry now?
Yeah. Well, yeah. She totally can. Yeah.
So she just starts crying and wraps her hands around his neck and just blubbering like, I miss you so much. I have so much to tell you. So much has happened, and I try to be as good as I could and serve Lathander, and I hope you're proud of me. And is Mom here? Oh my gosh, is Mom here? I just can't believe that you're here.
No, Mom went to the dark place. No, I'm just kidding.
No!
She's in hell, Evelyn. Yeah, no. Yeah, you can absolutely. You can. He will tell you that she is in one of the great temples of the Morning Lord right now. But she'll he'll be happy to take you there.
I have so many questions. I have so many things to tell you. I haven't seen you since I was. How do you even know who I am?
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm grown up.
I know, but this is how I always saw you. I must admit, it doesn't look like you may be here for very long.
Why do you think so?
It looks to me like there's something about you suggests that maybe you're just here for a short visit. And we should make most of the time that we have.
She grabs his hands. Yeah, I have so many things to talk to you about. I met these people, and one was a tiefling, and she had horns, but she was really, really nice. And and then there was one that was he didn't steal things, but he was sometimes threw daggers. And then there was another one that he was
You
a
see
singer.
him, he's starting to weep a little bit.
Dad, why are you crying?
You're just like your mother.
She starts crying at that. I've just missed you guys so much. I wish you didn't have to. Well, I mean, I'm glad you're here because I'm certain here is better than there, but.
Well, I don't know if you remember, but I always said that no matter what happens to us, we will always be together.
Well, here we are.
And you can see that there's some other kind of people just sort of looking at you like, oh, that's so nice. And so he's like, perhaps we should go somewhere else.
This is Morning Glory. Isn't she pretty?
She is. I love horses.
I know. Well, let's go for a ride.
Yeah.
You want to drive?
Yeah.
I
he
let him hop on.
gets pretty excited when he gets up there.
She's like a super sports car paladin mount.
Yeah.
Like Evelyn has the fancy like souped up classic Mustang or something,
Yes.
and she's like, "Dad, you want to drive?"
Yeah.
Can you attach like a side horse?
Yeah.
I love the idea of a little side horse. All right, and so you take to the air with your pops, and you fly around, and Morning Glory takes you on a hell of a ride.
Dad, what? Oh, go ahead.
No, go on.
As they're flying, Evelyn's like, Mom never really wanted to talk much about what happened when you stopped being alive.
Mm-hmm.
What I know that you were serving the will of the Morning Lord and doing good in the world, but you never came back, and I never really learned what happened.
He says, well, a small group of us went off to bring the light of the Morning Lord to a very dark place. And, well, everybody falls, and I died helping and saving good people, my friends, innocent people. And there was really nothing I could do except trust in my faith that I would be given and granted the power by the Morning Lord to do exactly what I was trained to do and help these people survive and combat the menace. Do you want to know specifically what happened?
Yeah, what dark place? I've been to some dark places.
Are you familiar with Shar?
I've heard of her.
There are those who, unlike us, want to cast the world into darkness. And there is a family that has, or a group that has basically fallen into the dark service of Shar. And they infiltrated cities throughout the north. I was killed by a vampire.
Which one? I hate vampires.
Her name is Caresta Delvingstone.
I don't think I've met her.
She lives in Undermountain, which you know is the great dungeon under Waterdeep.
Holly. Huh. Well, it sounds like you were doing your best to protect people and she struck you down.
She and her vampire associates, we killed many of them, dozens of them. But by the time she showed up, I was already pretty messed up.
You're a
But-
pretty amazing fighter, I can imagine. I mean, I've tried to kill some vampires. They're kind of hard to kill.
But I'm pretty sure we drove them deeper down, farther away from the city itself. And the city has been safer ever since.
Are you able to watch from up there what goes on up here, what goes on down there?
No.
So you don't even know anything that happened with me or Brick or anything?
Well, whenever someone from our world dies, if they're tied to Lathander and they end up here, I do ask questions. So I've heard things from them, but I don't have a first-hand account of what the world is like now.
Did you ever want to come back?
Did I ever want to come back? Well, I didn't want to be away from you and your mother, but the call of Lathander brought me here, and if I believe that if my body could have been recovered from and taken to the spires of the morning, the temple in Waterdeep, it's possible I might still be in the world today. I could have been raised, I could have been resurrected, but I never made it out of Undermountain.
So you don't think it's necessarily a bad idea to hope to go back for a while?
No.
Because I mean,
Because when all is done, you will come here and live out the rest of your existence in this place, this great dominion of sunlight and rebirth and dawn and hope. And that is eternal.
it's just so hard to give up spending time with you now when I just missed you so much when we were down there.
If you return to the world, I'll see you again when you return here. For me, it will be as if no time passed, practically. Because time here really doesn't have much meaning.
Really?
It can seem like 1,000 years and a day at the same time.
How so?
It's hard to explain. When time has no meaning and you just sort of exist in a state of eternity, you can do all the things you ever wanted to do here in no time at all. Or you could spend what feels like a lifetime here and no time may pass in the world beyond.
So you've been missing us for just a second and for all eternity?
Exactly. I feel like we've only been apart for months. And at the same point, I also feel like we've been apart for years. But it doesn't change how much I love you.
I love you too, Dad.
We should do something fun.
Like what?
Let's go tobogganing.
Tobogganing. What's a toboggan?
Let me show you.
God damn it.
All right. Going back to the Waffle crew, the rest of the Waffle crew,
Still screaming at each other.
still screaming at each other. You can see that Widow Grove's blindness eventually passes and she regains her sight again, but is still kind of blurry-eyed and very, very upset. And
Sorry.
as you guys have been ranting and railing, one thing you notice is this mausoleum that you're in is quite roomy, but it's also very, very old and crumbly. And there is actually a door set into one wall. It's a big stone door and it's closed, like the outer door of a mausoleum. But there it is. It appears to be the only entrance and exit that you can see. And as for the mausoleum's contents, the Hags have made their homes here kind of using old sarcophagus, and they've basically piled bones into corners and things and made beds out of them and that kind of thing. So they've kind of taken over this crypt of the dead.
Cool.
So you guys just going to chill till the others return?
I mean, we're still waiting on those objects, so
Yep.
yeah.
Okay. So after what feels like maybe about a day,
Jesus.
Wow. Okay.
yeah, the hag with the bag over her head appears basically as a ghost in the room. Just sort of walks in to the mausoleum as a ghost, and she solidifies, becomes flesh once more. And in her hand, you can see what appears to be a blackened scroll tube with some glyphs carved into it. And it's got a sort of a big brass stopper at one end and a chain. It looks like the chain is snapped, like it was ripped off of somebody's belt or off of something. And she's just got it in hand. And she says, "One resurrection scroll."
Okay.
Yay!
Yep.
And she just sort of, before she tries to hand it to you, but then Widow Groat just sort of stops her and holds it and says, "We must wait."
Yep. Just waiting on the other objects.
All right. By this time, you guys can, if you need to take like a long rest or something, you can.
Okay.
Are you going to try to sleep at all, or stay awake the whole time?
I'll try to sleep.
I'm gonna sleep in a hut
Okay.
if I can strategically place it so that the hags are not in the hut.
You can do
would
that.
be cool.
Yeah. If we can hut, then sure.
You hang out in the hut. You can see the Hags having a argument, the two of them, mostly having to do with the destruction of an imp. And
Whatever.
the destruction of a bag, and they start to talk about clones and pretty much recounting, trying to piece together, based on what they glimpsed in the eye, what actually happened in the streets of Port Nyanzaru.
Right.
And the bag one says, "We'll have to make some more. This time we have to get it right. They were defective, clearly." And Widow Groat says, "Well, let's not be too hasty here. We have another deal unfolding. We don't want to muck it up. If we can get this, this will be a great prize."
Joke's on them. We are defective.
And yeah, it's
You
not
might
the,
say
it's not the clones.
suboptimal.
That the copies are perfect. It's just the originals are flawed.
Yeah.
The mold. Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear Strix be like, I have a deal. There's a deal.
Yes.
No, there's no deal.
The sister of the Chickenfoot coven says she will carry one of our children.
Absolutely not. She won't.
She might.
No.
And then the one with the bag head says, "Good. Then we can get rid of Peggy once and for all." Which is funny because previously Widow Groat said they were trying to oust Bag Lady. Now these two are saying it's the other one.
Whatever.
So little night hag politics unfolding off in the corner there. Somebody's lying to somebody. But in due course, the third hag returns. And you can see that she's got tucked under her arm a big fat spell book, and she's got sort of perched on her crooked nose a set of tinted pink spectacles.
Mm-hmm.
There they are.
And,
That's them, right? That's got to be them.
And did you have any trouble, sister? No, it was easy. He was asleep. And one book, one pair of spectacles, and here's the scroll. Now, the parts of yourselves, give them
No,
to
you don't
us.
need any parts of any of us. No more clones. You can do whatever you want with me. I don't care.
But no, the original deal was
Talking,
the
Dan.
original deal was a part of us for these items, and we're going to adhere to said deal.
Yes,
No.
and your womb for the happy box.
No, we're not doing that.
Look, it's part of your soul. It's fine. I'll be fine. It's not a
No,
big deal.
Strix, I'm fine. I'll be fine. I've
You're
been
not
fine.
fine. I will do whatever it is to save my friend.
One of the hags, the one you've spent the most time with, Widow Groat, comes over to you and says, "Dearie, have you ever had a child before?"
No, of course
you
not. I
even
don't even
know
know
what that
that's
means?
called.
And
No,
she
of course
puts
not.
a hand over your stomach and just kind of squishes it.
I don't know what you're doing, but I find it very uncomfortable.
Which hag is like doing that to
Is
her? Like,
groping her. That would be Widow Groat, the one with the coins on her eyes.
and which one was saying like one person's like we're gonna get rid of Peggy, or but before they were like other? Is that the same one?
Same one.
I'm gonna, while she's doing that, I want to like lean in and like whisper. I'll be like, "How about you throw us that stuff and we keep our mouths shut?" And I could try to persuade her.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, come on, baby. Come on, baby. Not one!
Oh,
And in that case, Strix just looks at them and says, I will do whatever it takes to save my friend.
She will do whatever it takes.
Oh, Strix, you please don't. Look, you said so yourself. You'll do anything for your friends, right? Anything for me?
Anything.
Right. Then I'm asking you, for me, to listen to me and not do this. He'll like
But then
take
you
her
won't be
hands.
killed.
He'll take her hands and like kind of fold them up between his. It's like, we won't be killed. We'll make it through this as we always have together, like we always do.
how
We don't
sickening.
need this.
She goes
No,
off.
but we
And,
do. We don't have any other choice.
Yes, we can. If there's some box or something that Shemeska has, we'll get it on our own. We don't need their help.
what are they
Just
doing?
please.
It's called love.
What'd they say?
And one of the hags goes on the floor. That's
Why
what
is
I
it
think of
spitting?
love.
Is Peggy in the group? Are they all together?
They're all together.
Okay. Okay.
This is so gross. Let's get this over with.
Yes. Dieth turns back to them. Yes, sorry. And he'll pull a single strand of hair out and be like, that's all you need, right?
You could maybe give us a couple extra.
No, just the one, is I believe is what we said.
She looks at it, hands it to his sister. They each inspect it. It's a little short.
All right.
And then they
Strix
sort of put
falls
it. They put it in a vial.
right? Strix will give them one of the hairs and also say,
Okay.
I will do anything to save my friend.
Strix,
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Strix, just please. I have a much better idea.
Why are you looking at me weird?
Trust me.
Do they get hairs from all three of you?
Yes.
Paulton? The baghead lady comes over to you, and the slithering viper comes out and stares you in the eye, and she holds out a hand for some of your hair.
Right. Yes.
She takes it and goes off, cackling.
Good. Yeah, Diaz will then go and take the scroll and hand that to Paulton, pick up the spell book, give that to Strix, and then we'll take the spectacles.
Paulton, when you pick up the scroll case, it's very warm, unusually warm, this wooden scroll tube, like it just came out of a hot fire.
But why is this warm?
I'm sure it's fine.
Is it?
She says, I took it off a dead cleric in the bowels of the 9 hells.
Ah,
Oh!
Sounds like they didn't need it anymore.
sounds warm
Not
down
so
there.
much.
Fair enough.
All right, all good.
Yeah, so you've got the other 2 items, Dieth, you said? The
He'll take the spectacles and then hand the spell book to Strix.
Okay, so the items are now divvied up between you.
Yes.
Scroll and Paulton. I'm going to write this down. Scroll, Paulton.
Oh no.
Diath has the spectacles, and Strix has the book. All right. Now to the other matter.
Right. How do we
That
get out
deal
of here
is
and get back to
done.
Port? We need to get back to Port Ironzaro. How do we get there?
No,
Keys
just
points right
ignore him.
direction.
What is that information worth to you?
Just stop. You have to get your special box first.
We'll get it on our own, please, Strix.
No, we
Trust me.
can't.
We can. We can do anything on our own.
Good luck with that. Yes,
you.
good luck with that.
Strix is like, I already agreed. I don't know what you want to do, but I just want you to save my friend.
Look, you can't just let them put a baby in you to give birth to another hag just so they can oust Peggy.
I don't know what that means.
And I say that loud enough so that they can all hear.
One of the hags, Peggy, says, "Oust me?
Diaz
What
turns
is he
to him.
talking about?"
Yeah, while you're gone, the other 2 were saying that they need a new hag so they can get rid of you. Which is weird because I think they said they wanted to get rid of Baggy.
What? And
Wait, what?
they
I don't know what
they
this
start
means.
chattering amongst each other, and then it starts turning into a shoving contest. And then suddenly the hags are all clawing at each other's eyes and pulling on each other's hair and basically throwing each other around the room. And by throwing, I mean literally like picking each other up and hurling each other 10, 15 feet across the room.
Like
Ooh.
wrestling?
Yeah.
And then,
One of them yells, "Can you smell
damn it.
what Peggy is cooking?"
So as soon as they start throwing down like that, Diaz
Yeah.
turns back to Strix and Paulton and is like, and says like, "Now let's get out of here." And
Yeah, it's a
like
good time to
points
go.
them towards the other door.
That's fair. Saving my friends also means running away.
Okay, so you get to the door. It's a big stone door, and it's quite heavy. Do you want to like just together pull it open, or one of you try?
Yeah, if those guys want to try to do that, where was the small girl?
She was in a chicken coop, up against one wall of the room.
All right, and where is that in relation to the rest of the hags right now?
And by now she would have awakened from the sleep spell, and she's just kind of in the cage, frightened. As it happens, as you turn back and remember, girl, and you look back, you can see one of the hags, the one at the bag, gets thrown and kind of lands on the chicken coop, and then the
Okay.
chicken coop sort of crumbles and collapses underneath her, and the girl spills out.
Oh, great.
Oh yeah. We for sure like are just like, come on.
All right, yeah, get that door open. Diaz will go for the cunning action dash, whatever. Let's use his ultimate speed. We'll go back for the girl and try to pick her up and like kind of hoist her over to just get us all out of here.
Okay. So you hoist her up, What are you going to do to open the door?
Push
I
it, or use the handle.
There is looks like a big pull handle on the door. Somebody
All right.
who opens the door has to make a strength athletics check to pull it open.
Right. So maybe not DF. Alton,
Uh,
or you guys together?
Yeah, we can do it together.
Okay, if Strix is aiding you, Paulton, you have advantage on your strength
Ooh.
athletics check to rip
Do
open
it.
this door.
cool. That is double 15.
Okay, and your
Is that with bonus?
Hmm?
Is that with your strength bonus or just
his strength
15?
is +2, so he's actually 17 then.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, you're able to pull it open about 2 feet, enough easily for you to slip past and outside. And
Cool. Let's go.
When you go outside, you can see it is stifling out here. So instantly you realize you're in the tropics, and actually you're familiar with where you are.
Oh,
You are on the outskirts of Port Nyan.
perfect.
When you left the city, you went through some gates out into some old ziggurats and ruins out there. You emerge from one of those ruined mausoleums in what's called the Old City, the city outside the walls. So as you look around, you can see these crumbling ziggurats and other mausoleums around you. There's a big, tall palisade, a big, tall wall with palisade on top and guard towers, and the gates of Port Nyanzaru stand open.
Awesome. Yeah, we're going straight into there as fast as we can, and then lose ourselves within the city.
Okay.
I don't know if they're actually chasing us or not, but we're getting out
You
of there.
can hear the hags cursing each other inside and smashing bones and knocked over
Wait,
furniture.
where's the bomb? Where's the bomb?
We're not.
See, if you have the bomb.
We're not
Leave
nuking
the
the
bomb.
hags.
Leave them. Leave the bomb.
That could reach the port.
No, it couldn't. It's fine.
Uh,
Do I think it would reach the port?
You know that if that device, well, yeah, you've done an Arcana check on this once before already.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
Yeah, I got really-
know that if you were to set it off here, it would take out probably the entire old city outside the walls, and probably like 1/20th of the city proper.
nope.
Oh, okay. No, don't want to kill the innocent.
Paulton?
We don't know how innocent they are, to be
That's
fair.
true.
God damn it, Paulton.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
We're getting
Running
out
through
of
the
there.
gates? Okay. Yes. So you run through the gates into the city, and you see all of the native Chaltons kind of stare agog at you because you look panicked.
Yeah. As we kind
But
of
you are now free and clear of the hags. You've left them behind.
All right, awesome. I'll kind of let the girl down to her feet, and I'll kneel down with a hand on her shoulders, like, "Hey, do you know where you are?"
She says, "I'm in Port Nyanzaru, fool."
All right.
Wow,
All right.
don't be rude. We just rescued you.
All right. That's right.
We-
If
No,
It is-
you put me in a sack.
What?
Let's
before
just
in my life.
let's just send her back.
You stuffed me in a sack.
I did not stuff you in any sack.
I've never met you before in my life, and I just saved you. Look, the point is, if you know how to get home, please just go get home, and I hope you're okay. What
Okay, she runs off.
the hell is that about?
Make
I don't like
make
that.
perception checks.
Oh. Can I also unpolymorph waffles from my hat?
Oh yeah, you can definitely do that.
All right, she's no longer a mouse.
Good.
23.
Oh, geez, a 4.
Another nat one.
Okay. Diath,
Yeah.
she pilfered the spectacles.
What?
Killer.
And you can see her running off with the spectacles. And that's where
Get her!
we'll stop.
No!
No!
I'm so upset.
Oh, she's so evil.
I thought maybe being rescued would change her alignment, but I guess not.
I said send her back, but no.
Oh my god.
All right. Next week is the season finale of Dice Camera Action. So tune in for episode 90. Does anybody else have announcements they want to share before we break this week?
And I just keep thinking of all the other things Evelyn would want to tell her dad. It's like everything's come.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about talking to him. She wants to show him the boots. You're like, look, Dad, I'm still wearing the boots. She has so many things.
That's right.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we are just having really messed up conversations with Hags. That's fine.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought there was going to be another deal struck there for a minute, but
Absolutely not Chris Perkins.
that would have been a good
Chris
one.
Perkins totally just came up with that on the fly too. I can tell.
Strix just wants to save her friends.
Hate it all.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you can go first. It's fine. I'm putting my dice away.
Okay. I have my Misclicks game where I'm playing Lost Mine of Fandelver as the DM. Less wrestling, but more voices. And that starts at 6:30, which is, about a half hour from now, if you're not in our time zone. And that's on twitch.tv/misclicks. And then Thursday, we have another episode of Stream On twitch.tv/twitch, which is at 3 p.m., which is Twitch's kind of reality game show for streamers, which I host. And Friday will be a special Twitch Weekly, which I will host. So hopefully I will see you on stream for one of those things. And also, please go to the subreddit, which Jared will probably say.
So I'll spam that link.
Yeah, he always does. Because I am curious your theories on a lot of things that happened.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of little things in there. That was nice.
Yeah, and Chris, I already emailed you the character sheet of the stranger
Great.
in case you were curious or she wants to come up again.
Yeah.
No! So upset.
If no one else has announcements, I have a D&D related announcement for once.
Ooh.
So I can finally talk about Dark and Dicey. It is a new D&D live stream show that I am producing and also a player in. So it's going to be streamed here at twitch.tv/DND Mondays at 7 p.m. I think starting May 14th. So we're not announcing the entire cast and everyone yet, but we're talking about me as a player and also our DM, who is KG Tang, who is a voice actor and a lot of cool stuff that you might know. So I'm going to be tweeting about it a little later, but you can also follow at Dark and Dicey on Twitter. And
Why
we're going to be
is it called Dark and Dicey?
It is called Dark and Dicey because it is not a good campaign. It's not quite a pure evil campaign. It's a bit of a neutral anti-hero campaign. So we've had 2 practice sessions, and it's a lot of douchebags trying to figure out what we're doing. So
a lot
really
of douchebags on a
it.
quest for a moral compass. Yeah.
Basically. So we're really excited for it, and I can't wait to announce everyone else that's involved. So, but for now, it's going to be awesome. Hope you guys are excited.
What day of the week is it going to be on again?
Monday, 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
That's 7 Pacific Standard Time?
Yes, sorry,
Yay.
7 p.m. Pacific. I always forget to specify. But yeah, so it's going to be cool.
That's awesome.
Congrats!
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. Woo.
This weekend, or this Friday, I should say, not exactly D&D related, but still Wizards of the Coast related with Magic the Gathering, as this Friday is the pre-release event for the new Dominaria set for Magic the Gathering. It's Magic's 25-year anniversary, and with that, they're returning back to the original setting that Magic started in, Dominaria. And I'll be joining the guys over at Loading Ready Run to be doing a special pre-release of the new set before anyone else gets to play, which is super exciting. So it'll be me along with a bunch of people from Loading Ready Run. Also joining us is Kelly Diggs from Wizards, along with Cube April, Nathan Holt, who was the producer of the Edge of the Battlefield documentary, which is also about Magic and totally worth watching if you haven't seen that before. But that's this Friday starting at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and goes all day. And there's more stuff on Saturday as well. So come on by for that, because along with D&D, I also really enjoy Magic. So please come on by and watch me hopefully get a crawl worm. There's no crawl worm.
Cool. Holly, did you want to talk a little bit about Idle Champions?
Oh yeah, yeah. I think
Champion.
it's just today actually. I think today's the last day you can get Strix
There we
on
go.
Idle Champions. So
Yeah.
make sure to do that. And also Trapped in the Birdcage is on Thursdays. We will be back this Thursday. Should be fun. Chris inspires me to torture everyone, so please do that. It's been great fun. So that's it.
All right. Then that's it for announcements. Thank you, everybody, for watching this week, and we'll see you again next week. Until then, take care of yourselves and take care of each other, and bye-bye for now.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right.